This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 26, and verse 24. And behold, as thy life was much set by this day in my eyes, so let my life be much set by in the eyes of the Lord Yahweh, and let him deliver me out of all tribulation. 1 Samuel chapter 26 and verse 24. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to our Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Aharon coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and I just want to tap into this article real quick. All right, and it's dated October 12th, 2022, the year where Yahweh Bashem Yahushai turns up. Okay, and I'm going to go right into it. All right, it says, Fed says unemployment may have to rise to tame soaring inflation as it issues warning that taking too little action would be worse than another aggressive interest rate rise. That's a very long title. All right, let's get right into it. It says Federal Reserve policymakers think that unemployment will likely have to rise before inflation comes down. Notes from last month's two-day meeting showed on Wednesday. The minutes of the September 2021 meeting showed many Fed officials emphasized the cost of taking too little action to bring down inflation likely outweighed the cost of taking too much action. Fed officials believe a softening in the labor market would be needed to ease, quote, inflation pressures, and that the shift would be accompanied by an increase in the unemployment rate, the meeting notes say. Now, this all is leading to them completely destroying the working class. Okay? Them doing all this stuff is going to affect the everyday working man or working woman. Okay? And it's going to affect predominantly you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, man. Whatever jobs you have, okay, these things, this so-called softening in the labor market, okay, to ease, in order to ease the inflation pressures, is going to focus on predominantly you jakes, man. Okay, a lot of you who have jobs, you know, corporate jobs, state jobs, so many different things. They're gonna find ways, all right, for it to affect you. Okay, whatever laws that they're gonna pass, whatever new legislations that they're gonna pass, policies that they're gonna be making, okay, is going to affect a lot of you jakes. Okay, because at the end of the day, it's Jacob's trouble, right? It's Jacob's trouble. It's gonna affect the whole entire working class, but specifically, it's going to really, you know, you're gonna catch the bottom of the barrel, so to speak. Okay, it says the minutes indicated that Fed officials remain committed to further tightening policy as needed to bring down rampant inflation, which stood at 8.3% in August. 8.3% of inflation is very, very high. Okay, very, 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 very high. All right, and what's this guy trying to do? All right, Biden is trying to do is he's trying to downplay it. Okay, all they do is what they call damage control. Always giving these so-called press briefings, all right, telling you a whole lot of nothing, a whole bunch of circumlocution, and you're not really getting any results, okay? And people, you best believe, people are getting ready to suffer. All right, lately I've been seeing a lot of gas prices going up. Okay, food prices definitely been going up over the past year and a half, but nowadays you see it even more. All right, you go to a grocery store, all right, you're buying 5, 6, 7 items for $70. You know, here it is. You're like, damn, like I bought a case of water for $20, and then you buy a few other things. The next thing you know, you pulling out a card or $70, $80, $100 on less than 10 items. You know, it's getting crazy out here. But guess what? This is all biblical prophecy. These are all also what? The signs of the end. Okay, all the abundance, all the good times, everything that America was known for is changing. Okay, it's changing. It's not, and they keep saying that the best way for them to frame it is they keep using this word transition. When you transition, you're going from one state to another. So what state are we in now, compared to what state we were in previously? Clearly, there's been a change. All right, there's been a change in order. There's been a change in worlds. There's been a change, all right, in the climate. Okay, in the way in which the world operates, there's been a drastic change. Okay, and that's because it's headed to a certain direction, all right, which will end up being run by having a so-called microchip in your body, man. Okay, like how these so-called World Economic Forum folks been coming out and telling you, okay, that their whole agenda, their whole plan, the outcome of all these crises and all these things that's going on around the world, these changes that we're all experiencing, okay, whether it be economical or legislative, okay, or whatever, okay, all these things are happening in order to aid or assist in the creation of a so-called New World Order. And in this New World Order, it's not something that favors the regular people. Okay, it only favors the rich. All right, because everybody else would be a so-called slave. That is their goal. That is their goal. It's not a conspiracy theory. Okay, it's an agenda. Okay, when they come out and they tell you what they're trying to do, it's no more a theory. It's not a theory. Okay, it's just the reality that everybody's about to face. Okay, and only the elect are going to make it, all right, out of this trouble that we're entering into. Okay, and you'll see. It's going to be really, really bad, man. It says the Fed is attempting to control soaring consumer prices by cooling down the economy with higher interest rates, which raise the cost of borrowing for families and businesses. And that's exactly what they want. You know, if you have the people in debt, it's over with, right? Give me the control of the nation's money and I care not who makes the laws. Okay, so who has the control of the money right now? They're the same ones who are making the laws, or at least influencing those who make the laws. Okay? They got them all in their pockets. All right? It says, but on the flip side, raising interest rates runs the risk of spurring layoffs and increasing the unemployment rate, which at the moment remains near historic lows at 3.5% amid a roaring jobs market. Yeah, okay. Jobs market, but ain't nobody want to work. Okay? Talking about having jobs, creating jobs, and people working are two different things. Okay, the jobs are there, from what we know, from what we're hearing, but the people ain't there to work. People don't want to work. Okay, and soon people are gonna wish they could work, but they can't. All right, because you're going to have to depend on the so-called government. The so-called UBI is coming into effect very soon. Okay, under the push of the CBDC. Okay, you notice they don't really talk about it much lately, but guess what? That means something big is in the works in the background. All right, and it's going to result in the MOTB being brought out. It says the new minutes indicate that as they navigate the twin threats, many Fed policymakers now see the risk of uncontrolled inflation as greater than the risk of a weaker job market. The next Consumer Price Index report with data for September is due to be released on Thursday, and is expected to show overall inflation dipping once again, but more core inflation, excluding volatile food and energy prices, hitting a new 40-year high. And those are the most important things, especially for this specific mission, which is to render the people helpless and hopeless, man. All right, economically. All right, so if that's the case, then you have to hit them where it hurts the most, food and energy. Jack up those prices and people are going to go broke. Okay, and that's where you need them. You want to hit them where it hurts, in the pockets. Okay. It says at the September meeting, many officials said they had raised their assessments of the path of interest rate increases that would likely be needed to achieve the committee's goals. That said, several participants in the discussion said it would be important to calibrate the pace of further policy tightening with the aim of mitigating the risk of significant adverse effects on the economic outlook. So basically they're saying that they're going to do the best they can in order to slow this hell that you're about to enter into. You're going to slow it down a little bit. Okay, but by doing that, it's only going to speed it up. And then they're going to turn around and say, this is out of our control. The only thing we can do, the only solution is to come out with this mark of the beast. Okay. It says this is all being done by design. Esau knows exactly what the hell he's doing. All right. So don't be fooled with the whole policymakers are in a rush and they're tightening things and trying to mitigate the risk of. Shut up. We know what you're doing. All right. And the world is waking up to your shit. That's why you're sending military all right, to these different countries, because the people don't want your policies. They don't want your agenda. Okay. That's why you said this so-called New World Order, you're gonna get it either by consent or by conquest. Okay? You devils ain't nothing but devils, man. That's it. But you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. Okay? You're not gonna win, man. And it's fun to tell you that because you're just not going to win. Okay? Noah Harari, we're happy you came out and you told us all your intentions. All right? And that further proves that you're just nothing but a devil. Okay? The devil that the Bible speaks of, and you're being exposed, okay, as being the man of sin. Okay? And that simply means that we're at the end of your kingdom. All right? For you to come out and be exposing yourself like that shows that you are at the end of your kingdom. All right? At the top of your rulership, nobody even knew you people existed. All right? I'm talking about a wicked elite that ruled the world behind the scenes, man. Nobody knew people like that existed. And then it started to come out, and it was called a conspiracy theory. And now you devils are coming out outright telling people who you are. We don't even have to do the job no more. We just got to point the people in the direction of love. You hear that? This is what they're saying. You see? It says the minutes show that the policymakers expressed concern during the meeting that the U.S. economy might be vulnerable to damage from a sputtering Chinese economy and a slowdown in Europe arising from Russia's war against Ukraine. And that whole war, all right, the war talk that's going on out there in the East is definitely affecting these devils out here in the West. Okay, because things are speeding up. These other countries are getting involved. All right, prophecies are speeding up. So they gotta move faster, and they're getting clumsy. Okay, people are resisting. I seen the elder Apostle Tahar do a video going into Haiti. All right, the U.S. military is in Haiti right now. All right, when you hear that, it's just like the Roman Empire. Okay, whenever there was some type of uprising, okay, in any of those jurisdictions, they just call upon the Romans, and they'll send the military out there, the troops out there, man. You know, they'll send the troops out there right away. It's the same thing America does. Oh, we need to go to this country and help them out and all this stuff. Every day, somebody else needs America's help. They don't ask for it, but this nigga's always going around giving help to people. They help Ukraine, sending billions of dollars to Ukraine. Here it is, Americans are struggling. Jake can't even live without living paycheck to paycheck. And you got these whole ass niggas sending billions of dollars to Ukraine. What do you think that's for? It's a proxy army that they're building out there, man. It's all going to come out. Just watch. Because they do the same shit every time. Okay? Let's see. It says, beginning in March this year, the Fed has raised rates 5 times in an aggressive pace that has boosted its key short-term rate to a range of 3% to 3.25%, the highest level since 2008. All right, and what happened during 2008? There was a so-called economic collapse. Okay, the market crashed. All right, and you know, people who are in the know, they keep saying that these so-called economists, all right, who are actually bringing out some type of real data, all right, they say that look, the collapse that happened back then, Americans really didn't recover. It was basically a transfer of wealth, and this time around they're gonna complete that transfer. Okay, they're gonna complete that transfer, man. Okay, and it's only going to affect 99.9% of the American population. Okay, it's going to affect you. Just leave it at that. All right, but this is all leading to the bringing in. Okay, the changing of this economic system that we have. This is all again being done by design. Okay, so that they could set it up for the fulfillment of this prophecy right here, Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so that system, all right, is being set up. The financial economic system on the policy of buying and selling. You can't buy and sell unless, right? Unless you can't partake in this system unless you are a part of the system. You are immunized. quoting Professor Klaus Schwab. Okay, we always got to put this nigga in there. Always got to bring his name up because that's part of exposing these devils. Okay, so he's the one who's perpetrating this plan, all right, to microchip the whole population, all right, control them, control their brains, all right, know what you're thinking and feeling. He said this, all right, he said this. So those who don't know, all right, do some research and go get at this nigga's helmet, all right. Yeah. Go get at this nigga's helmet, do some research, find out what's going on, all right, and wake up, man. All right, for the elect, we know what's going on. It's the rest of you niggas that they actually gonna get that you're not even paying attention. Those are the ones that are not paying attention. And that's what they're gonna got. All right, it's gonna happen suddenly. Okay, suddenly, man. All right, and they're gonna be in a trap. It's over. All right, you think you're gonna get Bitcoin and doing all this stuff? Guess what? It's all part of the trap. Okay, that no man might buy or sell. There'll be no underground railroads. There'll be no. Let me use the no. This is the system. And those who have faith gonna make it. If you don't have faith, all right, it is what it is. All right, it is what it is. But this is the reality, and it's coming. Okay, it's coming. A few more months, and you're gonna see it happen right here, live in a living color. All right. So I'm gonna leave it off there low and you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash, the Wadi Hal, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, and until next time, Shalom.